Hello and welcome back to the Monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross, where today we're taking on a Blangonga, and where I'm using a different weapon than usual because I've been requested to use weapons other than Switch Axe. So I'm going to be swapping weapons every once in a while going forward, because it makes sense to me. It seems like a good idea. And let's go for the double Blangonga. Why not? I've actually been hammering Blangongas quite a bit recently, though not in such a modern game. Been hammering Freedom Unite Blangongas, so we'll see whether or not those skills pay off in Double Cross. And let's get rid of the cool drinks, because we don't need them. And in their place, let's get us cleansers, because those we likely will need. And we're using Guild Hammer right now with the hammer's new hunter art. Impact Pulse 3. I could gather stuff, or I could just go fight the Blangongas. I think I'm going to do that one. After all, this isn't gathering spots of Monster Hunter Double Cross. This is monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross. Though a series on the gathering spots might be interesting. Hey, buddy. Hammers have been sped up a bit since the olden days. That much I can tell already. And again, monsters have also been sped up, so it's not like the hammers are alone there. Hammers also have a lot going for them now that they didn't before. Like, they haven't received too many changes. Like, relative to all the other weapons, I think hammers have probably changed the least. But what changes they have gotten have been pretty great. Like the ability to combo out of the triple combo, and being able to combo out of the unsheath attack, and the level 2 charge being that instead of the level 1 charge just with an extra upswing added on. And just generally monsters having better hitboxes for the KO damage. Like, the faces tend to be KO magnets now, instead of just, oh, sometimes you manage to hit the face, but other times you hit the arm, even though your hammer, like, went past the face. So yeah, hammers are definitely in a better place than they were in Freedom Unite. Especially because now basically every time you manage to hit the face, you're gonna get the KO effect on it. Whereas in Freedom Unite it was a little pickier, or at least it seemed that way. So I should go ahead and use this hunter art. Quite a long startup animation, but once it's done, makes it so that your attacks have a much wider impact radius. Also, this second Blangonga is quite a bit bigger than the first. Ow. Come on, boys. You don't gotta fight over me like this. Now, the problem with having pooped the one that I pooped is it's enraged, which makes it less likely to leave. But it's also been here longer, which means that it's more likely to want to leave sooner. There's basically no right answer on which one to poop in that situation. Unless you have Dung Master, in which case the right answer is just poop whichever one you can get poop onto. Probably the one that you already were fighting, because that way the other one's less likely to leave spontaneously so soon. Because Dung Master guarantees that if a monster's susceptible to poop, it will leave when you poop it. It's kind of the whole deal with that food skill. Also, we haven't really gotten to use this hunter art much. But it's definitely a thing. Yeah, that's the thing that it does, mostly. I guess it changes our super pound and our charged stuff. I'm totally fine with getting extra hits on my super pounds. Just for the record. That's not a thing I've got a problem with. And there go the fangs on this one. So no more roars for him. I have no idea how I managed to actually dodge that, but I guess that's just one way of showing hitboxes are much better now than they used to be. At least when looked at from our point of view rather than the monster's point of view. Ow. Also, hey, I got a KO. That's always nice. I'm basically never displeased when I get a KO. With few exceptions. Like when a monster was just knocked down from a ride, or when a monster was just paralyzed, or basically just if the KO doesn't interrupt some other status, then I've got basically no reason to complain. And if no other status interrupts the KO. Feels like it takes a little bit longer to charge a hammer in this game than it did in Freedom Unite. Though that might just be some kind of illusion. Maybe it's the animation being different that's getting me. Oh great, they're both here now. And there's that. Ow. And once again, our pal is enraged, but still gonna be shooting for him with that dung. Though I'll take whoever gets into this pit. Especially if our buddy leaves. I want to be near the face. Also, it looks like there's no real reason. Okay, I guess it just adds... Oh! Adds those little sparkies to my charged moves. Okay. So that's what it does. And it looks like the number of sparkies is based on the level of the charge. So level 1 is 1 spark, level 2 is 2. And level 3 is 3. So I guess that's really meant to play with just people who like to use super pounds and whatnot. I wonder how that would interact with the adept charge. Did you fall down? So for the most part, Impact Pulse doesn't seem amazing. I have no idea how much damage those even do, but I'm pretty sure it's less damage than would be gained by just using Meteor Impact or whatever. It's probably better than Typhoon Trigger, but Typhoon Trigger is not great. It's not hard to be better than Typhoon Trigger. Also, the fact that this doesn't last, like, any time at all is a bit of a detractor. Because it's a time-limited thing, and yet it requires you, if you want to get the most benefit, to charge up to level 3 every time. So, yeah, it's less than ideal. Okay, let's go find our other target. Because we do still have one more Blango to kill. Well, one more Blangonga. Blangos are different. Hey, he pooped. Though taking a look at the Blangos is a useful thing to do. You can see how they differ from Blangonga. They don't have the big dome head, for one. And they've got this really just funky hairdo. Yeah, let's go play with Blangonga. That's who we're here for. And he pooped in here, too. Way to just double roar, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and use this trap. Hopefully we can get ourselves a KO or maybe a tooth break. I'd be cool with either one. How very nice of you to just get right on in. Okay, we need to try and make sure that our golf swings actually hit the face. Oh, his face was under it. He didn't hit his face with either golf swing. Ow. And he's enraged and he's already been in a pit trap, so using that right now, probably not the best use of my resources. Ow. Darn tremors. I do need to remember that this does have the different level 2 charge. There's points here where if I had actually had the old one, I would have gotten a hit, at least a hit. But having the new one kind of takes away that opportunity. Even though the new one is stronger and faster and better for closing distance, sometimes the old one being 2 hits would have helped. Well, at least he was kind enough to get us out of the snow. Thanks for the buff there, Cat. Okay, I need to actually score hits. Because what I'm doing right now is a whole lot of not that. I would have been hit by that if this was Freedom Unite. That I can say with almost complete certainty. This is one of a few monsters that I hammer more often than I switch axe. Like, I haven't hammered it in Generations or Double Cross ever, but I've fought more than my fair share of Blangongas in Freedom Unite. And Freedom Unite, I just used hammers. It's interesting using more modern hammers against a more modern version of it. Let's go ahead and use this now. Oh, so you're just going to dig away as soon as I get my thing ready? Way to go, Cat! You managed to hit him on the way out of the snow. Ow. Excuse you? Freaking little guy scoring the KO. That's supposed to be my jam. And again! Why am I getting KO'd by little guys? So embarrassing. So he's not enraged, and we've got our thing right now, so I'm going to give this a shot. Okay, fine. Way to toss it past me. Well, we got our KO. Gonna see if I can't bust the tail. I'm pretty sure that doesn't require cut damage in this game. I don't know whether or not it required cut damage in the older games. All I know is I had never been able to bust one's tail in Freedom Unite, even though I definitely tried on at least one occasion. So that could have just been hitboxes being hitboxes back then. So going for this thing's tail is perhaps not the greatest use of my time. We could kill it a lot faster if I just went for whatever. Way to get your fists stuck in the snow. Okay. I guess I can just lightly brush the tail instead of hitting it. Okay, bye. Oh, you were hungry, were you? I'll take the free tail hits. All right, no cut required. Which means Blangonga is part of a prestigious club, also including Duramboros in its membership. Well, I mean, buddy, you just dodged so that your face was in the way of my triple charge there. Or not my triple charge, my golf swing. That's the thing that I used. And I didn't manage to actually get it activated that time. That's a shame. Buddy, you just swung over my head like some kind of idiot. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset? Okay. I do love how it feels to land the level 2 charge. Like, it's a good pose, and the little rush up to it feels good. Feels good to land it. Especially against such a big dumb face as this one. I mean, that cone head is just begging to have a hammer put on it, isn't it? I can't be the only one who thinks so. So let's actually sharpen this hammer up. Sharpen this gun hammer. This hammer is two things that aren't ordinarily kept sharp. And yet, we keep it sharp. Ooh. If the hitboxes in this game weren't the hitboxes in this game, well, we definitely would not have avoided that first hit. Nor that one right there. Don't know how we got hit by that one, though. Okay, bye. Thanks, Blango. So I'm going to go ahead and wake this guy up with a super pound, provided he is in fact asleep when we get there. And of course it'll be a super pound to the face, because, I mean, where else am I supposed to put a super pound? Huh? You tell me. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to put it on that stupid dome head. Ooh, can I do this? No, not nearly close enough. But maybe from here. Okay, that didn't work. Thankfully, that loud blast of sound right next to his ears didn't wake him up. So, Blangonga. The whiskers look okay. The face texture is pretty nice. Everything else is pretty basic. Not much to say about it. Another monster with layered fur. Yeah, the face texture is probably the best texture on this guy, which unfortunately we don't get a good look at it when he's dead here. That broken tooth cannot be pleasant. Seems like this actually speeds up the Super Pound animation. That's neat. Yeah, Blangonga is definitely a monster. Not my favorite. It's a little bit hyperactive, especially if you're fighting a hyper one, but I don't hate it. I just don't like it. And that is going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we take on Volvidon. See you then, friends.